Picture the sound. Thud, thud, thud. It's the soundtrack of the apocalypse, isn't it? The rhythmic pounding of a hammer driving 6-inch nails into fresh plywood. You've seen it in every single disaster movie, every zombie flick, and every survival video game ever made. The hero frantically boards up the windows, turning their suburban home into a makeshift fortress. It feels productive. It feels strong. It feels like safety. But I'm here to tell you that that sound, the sound of you barricading yourself inside, is actually the sound of you ringing a dinner bell for every desperate predator within a 5-mile radius. In a true collapse scenario, the moment you slap a sheet of plywood over your living room window, you haven't built a fortress. You've built a coffin. And worse, you've just told the world exactly where to find the loot. Let's strip away the Hollywood fantasy and look at the tactical reality of static defense in a residential setting. Why is boarding up your house a suicide mission? It starts with basic visual psychology. In a grid-down situation, blending in isn't just a nice idea. It is the primary mechanism of survival. When society crumbles, resources become scarce immediately. People will be starving, desperate, and terrified. Now, imagine a street where chaos has reigned for a week. Most houses look dark, abandoned, perhaps a little battered. Then there's your house. It's got fresh, bright yellow pine boards covering every ingress point. That wood screams two things. One, there is someone inside worth protecting. And two, there are supplies inside worth taking. You have effectively put a giant neon sign on your front lawn that says, "Inventory high, come and get it." You have differentiated yourself from the herd, and in the wild, the animal that stands out is the animal that gets eaten. But the visual target is just the tip of the iceberg. Let's talk about the tactical nightmare of the siege mentality. When you board up your home, you're committing to a static defense strategy. This works for medieval castles because they had stone walls 10 feet thick, a garrison of 300 soldiers, and a year's supply of grain. You have drywall, a couple of family members who need to sleep, and limited ammo. Static defense is a game of attrition that you are mathematically guaranteed to lose. An attacker only needs to be lucky once to get in. You have to be lucky every single time to keep them out. And you have to do it while sleep-deprived, malnourished, and terrified. By sealing yourself in, you surrender the initiative. You blind yourself. Those boards don't just keep people out. They stop you from seeing what's coming until it's banging on your front door. And here is the dark reality that the movies never show you. The one variable that makes the fortress strategy obsolete instantly. Fire. Fire is the poor man's siege weapon. And it is undefendable. If a gang of looters realizes they can't break through your barricades, or if they just want to flush you out for the fun of it, they don't need a battering ram. They need a rag, a bottle of high-proof alcohol, and a lighter. A Molotov cocktail thrown against your fortified siding doesn't care about your deadbolts. Once that fire starts, your fortress becomes an oven. And here is the tragic irony. Those boards you nailed up so tightly to keep the bad guys out, they are now the very things trapping you inside. You have removed your own emergency exits. You can't climb out a window because you put 20 screws through it. You will be forced to run out the front door, straight into the waiting arms of the people who set the fire. Or you will succumb to smoke. Inhalation in a house you turned into a kiln. This isn't fear-mongering. It is basic thermodynamics and historical precedent. In almost every modern riot or civil unrest scenario, fire is the primary weapon used to displace entrenched defenders. This section is based on practical field survival experience regarding urban unrest patterns, rather than formal academic sources.
So, if turning your home into a pillbox is a death sentence,
What is the alternative? The answer lies in the concept of the Grey Man, adapted for home defense. You don't want your house to look like a fortress.
you want it to look like a picked-over carcass.
You want it to look like a tragedy that has already happened.
The goal is to lower the perceived reward of attacking your home to zero.
If a group of looters is walking down your street, they are performing a subconscious risk-benefit analysis on every property. Fortified house. High risk, but high reward. There's food in there. Abandoned, looted house. Low risk, but zero reward. Why waste the calories kicking in a door that's already ajar? To achieve this, we need to employ deception. Instead of boarding up the outside, you board up the inside. Use heavy furniture, bookshelves, or actual plywood to reinforce the windows from the interior, but leave the exterior looking untouched, or better yet, damaged. You want visual cues of destitution. Scattered trash on the lawn is a good start. But let's go deeper. If you have a window that is intact, you don't want it shining in the moonlight. You want it to look broken. You can achieve this with specific decals that mimic shattered glass, or by dirtying the pane with grease and ash so it looks neglected. If you really want to sell it, take some scrap wood and jagged glass shards and glue them to the outside of the frame, making it look like the window was smashed out days ago. From the street, it looks like a black hole. Nobody loots a house that looks like it's been open to the elements for a week. Let's talk about the open door policy. This is psychologically difficult to do, but it is incredibly effective. A solid, locked door invites curiosity. A door that is standing 6 inches ajar, hanging off one hinge, screams, "There is nothing left here." Now, obviously, you don't leave your actual defensive perimeter open. You create a false vestibule. You hang a blackout curtain or build a false wall a few feet inside that open door, while the actual heavy reinforced door is further in or hidden. To the casual observer walking by, they see into a dark, empty hallway with trash on the floor. They move on. Your true perimeter is invisible to them. You are hiding behind a layer of manufactured failure. Light discipline is the next pillar of the Grey Man home. In a world without electricity, light is a beacon. If you board up your windows, light leaks through the cracks. It creates these distinct, unnatural slivers of yellow light that can be seen for miles in total darkness. Even a single candle can betray you. If you are using the Grey Man strategy, your blackout measures must be absolute. We are talking about heavy wool blankets or professional blackout shades, sealed with duct tape against the wall. But doing this behind the existing blinds or curtains so the street view remains normal. You need to verify this from the outside. Go out into your yard at 2 a.m. with your house fully lit inside. If you see even a photon escaping, you are vulnerable. Light implies life. Life implies resources. Darkness implies emptiness. Now, you might be asking, what if they come in anyway? This is where we shift from avoidance to interior defense. Because you haven't wasted your time and materials fortifying the exterior shell. You have the resources to harden the interior core. This is where you create what tactical teams call a fatal funnel. If an intruder steps through your deceptive, broken perimeter, they shouldn't find themselves in a living room. They should find themselves in a corridor of your choosing, blocked by furniture, guided into a specific zone where you have the absolute advantage. You are not defending the whole house. You are defending a safe room or a specific defensible sector. By the time they realize the house isn't empty, it should be too late for them to react. But ideally, they never cross the threshold, because the visual narrative you have constructed tells them there is no point. We also need to address the social aspect of visual fortification. When you board up,
You are signaling to your neighbors that you have withdrawn from the community pact. You are signaling that you are hoarding. In the early stages of a collapse, the greatest threat might not be roving gangs of strangers. It might be Dave from across the street who knows you have a generator and sees you nailing up defenses. Resentment builds fast when children are hungry. A fortified home creates an us versus them dynamic with the people living right next door. A grey man home, however, blends into the collective suffering. If your house looks just as screwed as theirs, you aren't a target for their envy or their desperation. You remain a ghost, irrelevant to their survival calculus. Let's consider the element of smell. This is often overlooked. If you are cooking rice and beans on a camp stove, that smell travels. If you are burning clean, dry wood in a fireplace while everyone else is freezing, that smoke smells different than burning trash. The sensory signature of your home matters. If you must cook, you do it at 3 a.m. when the air is still and people are asleep. Or you use methods that contain the odor. If you are heating your home, you ensure the smoke is dispersed or scrubbed. It sounds paranoid, but in a starvation scenario, the smell of cooking meat can trigger a siege just as effectively as a pile of gold bars on the porch. Ultimately, survival is not about being the toughest guy on the block. It's not about who has the most ammo or the thickest doors. It is about energy conservation and risk management. Every time you have to repel an attack, you lose resources, you lose sleep, you lose adrenaline, you risk injury or infection, which in a post-collapse world is a death sentence. The only fight you are guaranteed to win is the one that never happens. By boarding up your windows, you are inviting that fight. You are asking for the challenge. You are trying to use brute force to solve a problem that requires cunning. So put down the hammer. Stop looking at your home as a castle to be defended and start seeing it as a camouflage spider hole to disappear into. Let the weeds grow in the yard. Let the paint peel. Leave the tricycle overturned on the walkway. Make your sanctuary look like a tomb. Because when the wolves come looking for sheep, they don't stop at the empty caves. They go where they smell the fear, and they go where they see the fences. Don't build a fence, be the shadow. In the end, the guy with the boarded-up windows might feel safe for the first 48 hours. But the guy whose house looks like it was looted a week ago, he's the one who will still be quietly breathing when the dust settles.